I miss good old days when my grandma used to make different types of oils. The other day, I shared how she used to make her black oil, and in this video, I'll be sharing how she used to make her palm kernel oil. I started by cracking my palm kernels and adding them to my Raylux blender. I added some water, covered, and started to blend. The Raylux blender, be it Caterpillar or Bazooka engine, has a lot of functions. The grinder, smoothie, ice crusher, soup function, pulse, and so much more. I used the grinder function to grind my palm kernels, and it crushed everything. You can also use a manual function for this. I went on to separate my juice from the chaff using a cheesecloth. Go ahead and make sure you squeeze everything out of that cheesecloth, okay? You can soak the chaff in hot water and squeeze again. This is what I had after squeezing. I added my palm kernel water into a pot over heat and brought that to a boil. Palm kernel oil is good for your skin as it makes it naturally soft and glossy. It suits itchy skin and enhances hair growth as well. So faves, between palm kernel oil and coconut oil, what's your preference? Because I feel they're almost alike. Let me know in the comment section. Bye. Baby food and cereal in general has become really expensive. My kids haven't stopped talking about this since they had it at my parents' house. I started by selecting and washing all the grains. I added my selected soybean seed into my Raylux heavy duty blender. I used the pulse function to separate the chaff from the beans, and I went on to wash it. After that, I placed my grains in a pan and decided to toast them one after the other to dry the excess water. Please toast or roast on a medium heat. You can also use an oven for this process. I went on to add all the grains to my Raylux Caterpillar engine to blend. Now guys, look at the magic. I used the manual function to blend. Look at what my Raylux blender did. It crushed it in 30 seconds. Now guys, I had to blend it again, another 30 seconds, and before I knew it, it turned my grains into this beautiful powder. I took that out of my blender and I went on to grind my soya bean and my dates, the dried dates. My Raylux Caterpillar engine crushed everything again and it turned it into a fine powder. Faves, get you a blender that can crush anything in seconds, and that blender has to be Raylux blender. Combine everything and store in an airtight container. This is safe for your babies to eat and is also safe for an adult to eat. Go ahead and make it this way whenever you want to make it, and then enjoy.
Hi guys, let me show you how you can make your own amala flour in the comfort of your own kitchen with a Raylux blender. So here is the dried yam we're going to be crushing with a Raylux blender. Can you see how dry it is? So once you're done transferring this into the jar of the Raylux blender, you can decide to control the blender with the knob the way I'm doing here in the video, but I'll rather use the pause button. All what you do is you hold down the pause button for a few seconds and you release it. The reason why I prefer the pause button is with the pause button, I don't need to bring down the jar and start shaking up. The blender is going to do all that by itself using the pause button. And if you also notice, I didn't pound this dried yam. I could have decided to pound it to make it into smaller sizes before putting it into the jar, but I didn't do that because I need to show you guys that our Raylux blender is the odogu of all blenders. If I put it in smaller sizes, you will not feel the effect of the blender. So here I was done with the blending process, and almost it was really smooth. You know that texture you would want from the market? That is what I got. The powder was given, guys. So when I decided to make little amala to show you guys how soft this amala flour came, it came out so fine. And yes, as the foodie that I am, I need to show you guys the way I'm enjoying this amala. I'm sure most of you know the seed in this video. This is a nutmeg seed. Even if you don't know the seed, from the sound you know it is a very strong and hard seed. So I got this nutmeg in the jar for 2,000 naira. Now let's crush it with our Raylux blender. But my major concern here is, do you feel it is worth the amount 2,000 naira? Regarding if it is going to come out smooth, you should trust our Raylux blender. It is going to do a perfect job. If you've used our Raylux blender before, you can attest to the fact that it would crush it, and as expected, it came out very fine. It turned it into very smooth, fine powder. So this is the quantity I got for 2,000 naira. Do you think it is worth it? Let me know your answer in the comment section. Today we go blend our okporoko, our prawn and our crayfish with our Raylux blender. Make we show you why we be the odogu silent overtaker. Yes, so once you transfer everything into the Raylux blender, just use the pause button the way I do for this video. Once you hold it more, you release the pause button. That way it will shake up whatever is in the jar for you. And did you notice I did not even pieces this okporoko? I left it the way it big now, so I put them inside the jar. So that's to show you how powerful our Raylux blender is. Check our page now. Reviews, it choke. Comment from customers, it choke. You cannot check our page and not fall in love with at least one of our Raylux products. We give you the best quality. You see the way the dust they show for the top of the jar alone. Now we don't blend out okporoko. You see the dust from the okporoko alone. The thing is smooth like powder. If you even rub them for your face if you want. Now we can't try our smaller jar as well. Come on, it deliver now. What do you expect? Now Raylux products now. You see the dust from the okporoko alone. The thing comes smooth. Use and chop your food, your indomie. Use and drink juice. Anything you like, just enjoy. Let's make a powdered pepper soup spice together using all the spices in this plate. So if you know the names of all the spices in this plate, kindly list them in the comment section. So here I've transferred the spices into the smaller jar of our Raylux blender. Let's start the blending process. I'm going to leave it on grinder, which is giving us 40 seconds. So after 40 seconds, our pepper soup spice should be perfectly ready. Yes guys, so our Raylux blender is capable for blending everything and anything, be it wet, dry, whatever it is. Our Raylux blender got you covered, and trust me, you're going to love the results. So now we are done with the blending process, and this is what we had in the jar. The pepper soup spice came out nice, the texture came out fine, it's turned it into fine powder. It's just remaining for me to get catfish now and enjoy this pepper soup spice. My people, how you all doing? I hope you're strong, I hope you're healthy, and I hope you're fine. And I hope you're not planning on giving up anytime soon. Please don't give up. Everything will be fine. Please don't give up. There are people looking up to you. There are people begging God to give them just a little of what you have. So please be strong. Everything will be fine. Please take good care of your health. That is very important. As usual, our Raylux blender did a perfect job. It turned it into fine powder.